Repair is the cornerstone of human civilization. Our society was built on the machines we invented to make our lives easier, to reach higher and go farther. All machines eventually break down. Without the ability to fix them, we would lose the advantages they gave us. When the bombs fell, our machines were shattered, and the support network that could have restored them was disrupted. Fortunately, the skills required to repair what was destroyed were not lost. They have been passed down to a heroic few who wander the wastes making the wrong things right. They are the repairman.
So we're going to begin with Hammond. Hammond's the only name he goes by, only name he's known. Can we flash the image for Hammond so we know what he looks like? So that's Hammond. He is a big man with big tools and a lot of them. So Hammond, you've been hired. Your services are needed in a settlement called the Shire. So you're walking in. Up ahead is, it's not Bucky's, it's our version of Bucky's. What is, I always forget. And none of us remember. There's 6 of us and none of us remember. I bet you Brett's in the chat stream and he knows. Anyway, it's like a Bucky's. So it's a big, sprawling truck stop kind of place, except it's got Ren Fair banners and shit hanging from it. And as you walk up, a dude walks out and walks up to you. Good day, my lord.
Good day, man. I'm here to fix some stuff. I got a report of some repairs that need to be made. So
you must be Master Hammond.
You just call me Hammond, man. It's cool. I don't like throwing on the master. We don't kind of past that.
Would you care for a churro?
A churro? Hell yeah, I'll take a churro. I'll take 2 churros if you're offering them. All right, man.
We are absolutely. This place is. So you enter, and it's been gutted out, and all the aisles and aisles of shit. And people that don't live in the right, I'm going to call it the right part of the country, don't have access to things like Buc-ee's and the ridiculous, truck stop by way of like Toys R Us that they are with 18 jerky aisles and bathrooms like palaces. And it's been filled. There are tents and indoor lean-tos of people that live in here. But in the middle is that little island where they used to have like food service. And there's a churro machine, and a dude comes running up, and he's got like a Ren Fair tabard on, and he has 2 churros. He hands them over.
Man, I'm gonna eat these things immediately.
We're pretty proud of our churro machine, my lord.
Oh, okay, cool.
Shall I get one of the ladies?
I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Oh,
churros.
No,
ladies, this is.
It's not like the churros. It's lords and ladies who live here.
Oh yeah, man. No, I knew what you were talking about.
You
were just you wanted to know if you wanted to get one of the lords and the ladies, and I'm just like, yeah, cool. I didn't think anything crazy when you asked if I wanted a woman. Oh.
He blushes and heads to the back of the building, and coming out of the back of the building is Torg. Can you flash the picture of Torg, please, Colt, while Jen describes the glory that is Torg?
Torg is over 7 feet tall, very, very mighty and strong, broad-shouldered, but then kind of like a triangle, so more narrower down below. Has a glorious rainbow braid, gorgeous green skin, is in their 40s, and Torg is Torg. Torg has trophies, but that are, people might think they're trophies of kills, but really they're memorials, as Torg likes to honor all of their Torg's murders.
So Torg, this is about a year ago. So this is while you were still living at the Shire.
Okay.
Everyone else is out scavenging supplies.
Wait, is this pre-baby rip?
This is during Baby Rip, but he's outside playing.
So Baby Rip's fine.
Baby Rip is fine.
Cool.
This is the golden time during which Baby Rip is fine. And where Baby Rip's whereabouts are known to you.
All right.
So everyone else except you is out scavenging supplies. You have called for the services of Hammond because you used your contacts because the generator has broken down. And the reason it broke down is you were setting up decorations for Halloween. So you wanted to surprise the others by having Halloween decorations up. And you did the terrible 80s comedy thing for Christmas. You plug everything into a giant ball of outlets and you blew the generator. So Torg being Torg, you had a moment of extreme anxiety and you have sent for a repairman. So Hammond, there is this enormous, colorful being. I think were we shooting this, there'd be a shadow that would just be laid across you.
Wow, man. You're huge.
Oh, Torg, no. Torg, thank you. Torg really, really hope you repair person.
Well, I am a repair person. If you're asking me to repair a person, you're going to need a doctor. That's not what I do.
Torg very stressed out, and Torg like you because you made Torg laugh.
All right.
Well, Torg very worried, so Torg know you good.
Oh, good. Yeah, man, it's funny.
Torg call you. Torg need you to repair. Generator go boom because Torg try to make spooky for Halloween. Torg want everyone, a special little Baby Rip to enjoy. But then, everything fry. So you need to fix now, please.
Okay, how about you take me to the generator? That could be
one of these locals.
Excellent.
Colton, one of these locals leans into you and quietly says, "We don't understand them either. Just smile and nod, and Torg's real nice, but a Rip is a little monster baby that Torg takes care of. It scares the hell out of me."
It scares you?
Well, it's a monster.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You need another top off on your churros?
Oh no, man, I'm good. I still got one left. So.
All right. So you go out back. The current generator is one that you had bought, I think, actually during one of the games, and it's actually out back. So there was one originally in here in the basement, but that one burned out a long time ago. This is the one that you added later around episode 6. It's almost like I'm challenging the people watching the stream to tell me how wrong I am. But you hook that up and you go out back. Hammond has more tools than Torg has ever seen. Like Torg, you've seen like B's old collection of tools, but they're pretty specific. They're like tools you'd get in a Radio Shack. Whereas Hammond has that, but also has like auto mechanics tools and the biggest wrench you've ever seen. And just tools like it's enough tools that it would be even a little encumbrance to you. So you head out back and Hammond, you immediately spot the generator. Don't need to roll. It's a type you know. And the fact there's a plume of smoke coming out of it.
That's not right. It's not supposed to do that.
Well, that was always there. Torg not do that part.
You plug this stuff into a generator that had smoke coming out of it? Okay.
That's how you know working.
One of the residents is standing behind Torg, and when you say that, they just go.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, let me I'll just whip it up real quick, get this smoke out of the way, and then we'll work our way backwards and get things all set up for you so we can do this Halloween thing.
So give me a bodge test.
6.
All right. So you start by turning it all. You disconnect everything. You shut it down. You start ripping broken parts I need a notice check from Torg, please.
You got it. Where's my crib sheet? There it is. I got 1 6.
Are you still rolling in that cool cat head? My favorite. All right, so you got success. You notice, so you asked the locals here, the Shirelings, to get spooky things. And they asked for clarification, and you explained what you thought Halloween was, and it wasn't real consistent or something that made tremendous sense to them, but they really like you. So they ran out and they got what they thought you wanted. So all through this building, there's like every Walgreens, like the day after Halloween, the closing day sale shit, like the super cheap plastic nonsense, it's everywhere. What you notice is the other thing they've been gathering is pumpkins. One of the pumpkins, when Hammond powers down the generator completely, there's kind of a sound. You could swear one of the pumpkins turned to look at Hammond.
All right. All powered down. Lickety split. So I just need to leave this thing down for like 60 seconds and then we'll power it back up.
Okay, Torg think that sounds great at all, and Torg very appreciative of everything you two do, but Torg feel like Torg must be.
You gonna ask me out on a date or something? You acting nervous.
No, Torg, no date.
Oh, okay.
Torg,
okay,
no date.
Okay.
Torg think you very nice though, and Torg flattered, but Torg no date.
Torg,
oh no, I was not.
The pumpkin you were looking at is drooling pumpkin seeds.
Okay, Torg need to speed this up now. Torg going to sound absolutely crazy right now, but Torg pretty sure that pumpkin is drooling.
So Hammond, give me a notice roll.
No. 3.
You don't see. Yeah, no, there's pumpkins for sure. And if you were high enough and it was late enough, they might look like they were looking at you, but neither one of those things is true.
As far as I know, you're just sort of physically high, but not mentally high. So my guess is you just pumpkins, man. Maybe you saw some water splash on one or something. You see all sorts of crazy things out here, you know?
So Torg, one of the other pumpkins, blinks its eyes.
Okay, Torg must get very serious now. Torg know for a fact that pumpkin just wink eye. Pumpkin wink eye. Torg know this true. Torg say we need light power back on right now. Torg think maybe dark make pumpkin evil. I know how Torg sound. I promise, Torg, not crazy.
We got about 15 more seconds here on this power cycle. So.
I'm going to need an awareness check from Hammond.
What kind of check?
Alertness, alertness or awareness, one of those. One of those A letter. Awareness.
Okay, I got 2 for that. Oh, no dice.
So the difference between awareness and notice is you see a thing. Awareness is, hey, I'm about to be attacked. So you're very focused on your work. Torg, you need to make an awareness check.
Man, I love.
I think it'd be funnier if
all I do is I'm gonna get a wrench and I'm gonna use some other things.
Let's see if the magic cat. Wait, where did it go? I have too many windows open. There we go. I got a 6 out of 5.
You were about to be attacked by pumpkins. What do you do? Colt, can you flash the pumpkins for me?
I feel like this was made for me, and I appreciate it. Those are amazing. So first off,
I see you, buddy.
I know you do. I know you do. First off, I know for a fact that Torg, well, one, obviously, Hammond is not believing Torg. Torg doesn't want to just.
That's going to change in about 3 seconds.
Okay, cool. Well, then, I mean, regardless,
yeah,
Torg's going to start taking. I mean, I'm assuming I have trusty cinder block with me.
You do not, because you're walking around your unsettlement. However, you're out there. There's big, heavy things all over, right? This is out in the garage. The garage is just a little bit farther down. But there's even like, you're very strong. There's support beams here. Like
there are? Oh, great. Okay, easy.
Yeah,
then Torg easily grabs a support beam and goes to start just wailing on the pumpkins and, smashing the pumpkin.
That Texas porch construction that's just cinder blocks and like 3x3s with no actual bolts or anything. So you just pull one of them up and you just start going buck wild. So give me a, do you want to get one of these things or do you want to try to sweep more than one?
Oh, Torg's going to try a sweep.
Okay, so give me brawl melee down 1 die, please.
All right. Wait, where did my melee go? Is that, oh wait, is it on another part of the sheet that I can't, why can't I find?
It's brawl melee, upper left.
Oh, there it is. Oy. It's fucking bolded. I couldn't, it's in bold. You said -1 die, right?
Yes, please.
I grabbed one. Hey, I am on a fucking roll.
So I'm not gonna.
I got another 6.
I'm gonna make some assumptions here and not have you roll damage. I'm gonna say that 3 of those things do what pumpkins do when you hit them with big heavy beams, and they burst. The difference is these things have muscle strands that go out into their vines, and there's blood in along with the goo it was drilling. And when you burst it, there's also a brain in there. So it's like the worst piñata of all time, or the best, depending on what point of view, depending on who you are. And there's now muscle fibers and brains and gore. Like the little grumpy 8-year-old kid at a park that nobody plays with, be very happy right now. Hammond, looks like Torg wasn't kidding. And now you see there's several of these things that have come to life and their vines are pulling them along. And it looks like they want to go all monkey Pac-Man on that.
What the heck is going on, Torg?
Torg think Torg have to explain what is literally happening. But
okay, well, hey,
evil pumpkins. Evil pumpkins?
All right, well, I'm gonna flamethrower these little bastards.
You reach into one of your bags, like I got just the tool.
I got a tool for this. Check this out.
So go ahead and give me a shoot test. And you want to get a bunch of them, right? Not just one?
Oh, I'm gonna spray all these pumpkins.
How concerned are you about making the porch be on fire? Do you care?
I think I'm going from the hip, man. I'm just gonna fire it off. I don't care what's going on. I want to get these
one die then? Yeah, totally.
One die?
Yeah, just one down, 1 die. Make a shoot test. Yeah, priority, evil pumpkins. Secondary concern, porch.
Oh, 2.
So you got no 6s, no 5s?
Nothing. Oh, wait. Oh, I can roll 2 dice. Sorry, hold on. 1.
Well, you've got 5 dice to shoot, man.
Oh, I got 5 dice to shoot.
So down 1 die, you're still rolling 4 dice.
Oh, he thought it was just 1 die. He said 1 less die.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
So you got 1 more dice.
I see what happened.
Okay. A 1 and a 2.
Okay. So you did roll a 1, and that means that the thing doesn't get jammed or explode. On the other hand, this weapon has a condition called risky. And risky means if you miss, it hits something you didn't intend it to.
Oh, boy.
So that whole little discussion we had in Paris about porches and fire, that all comes true. So you start raking these creatures. They jump out of the way, and you have ignited the building.
I got them. They're running.
So some of them are going to run in on you, and some are going to run in on Torg. Less running on you because you're fire. Okay, so nom. That's a hit though. So you have that defense. You're gonna that's shitty. You're gonna take 3 hits.
Oh,
that's to Hammond. So you're all right. However, Torg, more attack you. I rolled really crappy. All right. And you've got pretty good. So you're gonna take 4 hits. And they are whipping with their little vine tentacles, and they're biting you with their pumpkin.
Oh! Ow!
Oh my God!
Torg, what do you do?
Fight back, Torg.
Oh, 100%. Sorry, Jen is marking her injuries on her group sheet.
The pumpkins make a battle cry that sounds like a asthmatic old man clearing his throat.
I think they're sick, Torg.
You think? Really?
They sound sick.
Torg agree. Torg also would be having way more fun if you would be able to pull your weight in this fight.
What you talking about, man? I lit this whole place up.
Okay, Torg.
You got Torg there. So
Torg
charges on and goes and just keeps swinging.
Down the die. Brawl melee, please.
All right. I remember now. I don't have to look down at my sheet. Add magic hat those. Ha! Fuck! I am on goddamn fire.
So
I got another 6.
Me too.
This is a thing that I repeat sometimes, which is game mechanics are necessary to determine the outcome of an action whose outcome is uncertain. The outcome of these actions is no longer uncertain. So we can stop rolling dice now, because what I see happens is there's these terrible, can we have another shot of the terrible pumpkins? So there's these pumpkin creatures, and apparently the people, the Shirelings, trying to please Torg, harvested these things thinking they were pumpkins and literally planted enemies all around the base. They came to life because they were thirsty for blood, but you smashed them. So you learned a few things. 1, Hammond is not a terrifically talented hand-to-hand fighter. 2, Torg is. So later, can I have everybody back, please? Lomar.
Hello.
Is it Lomar? Lomar? How do you pronounce it?
It's Lomar.
Lomar. All right. Lomar, you have a contract.
Yes.
You've been hired to pick up a passenger and to take them to the 9th life.
That is correct.
And you are then going to go into desolation. You are needed for your special services.
I love that.
So can we have his illo up, please? This is one interpretation. Can we have a brief physical description of Lomar, please?
Lomar is regular. Lomar looks just like everybody else. Except for Lomar's got 4 eyelids. He's blessed. The eyelids are to keep the sand out of his eyes, and they work exceptionally well. That's pretty great. Also, Lomar hates the cold, but he loves the heat. Lomar is your friend.
So you've picked up Hammond, who is currently in the other seat. It's shotgun, right? So is in the other seat. Hammond, you are in Lomar's truck. You have been hired by Torg, who knows you to be a very talented repairman, because even though you damn near burned down the Shire, you got the generator working.
Generator work.
Yeah. Plus, Torg got to fight some evil pumpkins and therefore was named Pumpkin Hands for a while.
So as you're driving in,
Torg names, that's a thing, Colton. Torg's fists and hands are named after their last kill to honor their last kill. So
You told me this before, Tor. You've been telling me this during the whole road trip. You keep telling me about it. I got it.
oh, so
Pumpkin hands.
you understand pumpkin hand.
I
then.
get it, man. I get it. You know, I would have gotten it even without the explanation because we just fought those pumpkins.
So the two of
It's a
you,
nice try.
Torg knew you smart.
the two
Torg
of you
knew you
are
smart.
alone in the van, and ironically, it's like Jen figured out that what I was going to have you do was talk about Torg. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes because you could exchange some of your insights about Torg, which is your common point of interest.
Wait, point of order. And this is for our archivist. Was Torg along? Actually, Torg can answer this question. Was Torg along on the Lomar?
If not on that specific mission, certainly in others that were done between.
Okay. Okay.
We will take it as read that you know Torg.
Okay.
Okay.
So, friends with Torg, huh?
Yeah, man. Pumpkin hands. You know, I fixed a generator in the town that Torg was at, and you know, we had a little run-in where we had to fight some pumpkins, and we both got our shots, and we both took our shots. You know,
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. I'll tell you what, those pumpkins aren't gonna mess with me again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I guess so. I drove these guys around in a van that got completely filled with sand and almost turned us into a sandy grave.
Okay. All right. Were you guys at a beach or something? Or?
No, we were in the wasteland. There's no beach.
Oh, yeah. No.
It was just in the desolation. They hired me because I have a really nice truck. Oh, you're in it, so you know.
Yeah. I like your hat too, man. Yeah, man. But and you know the cool thing about this truck, actually, it's got an amazing engine. It's got a 16-cylinder engine.
Wow. That's a very keen observation of you, sir.
It's just little stuff that I know I pick up along the way. I, you know, remember what types of engines are on different cars because you never know. Sometimes you could actually take an engine from one car.
Are you into cars?
Into another car. I mean, I'm into any mechanical thing there is. You know, that's my thing. That's my jam.
Hey, what do I have to do to get a tune-up?
Is that a euphemism or what are you?
No. No, I would ask directly for that if I wanted it. I mean,
okay, I got like an actual
tune-up.
A tune-up for this vehicle?
For this automobile,
man.
Yes.
I'll hook you up as soon as we get to where we're going, man. No problem.
Sweet. Thank you. Thank you, good friend.
No problem. Thanks for the ride.
Hey, I've been hired. It's what I do. Can I offer you some water or a mint?
I'll definitely take water. I didn't know there was water.
You're in the premier truck in the wasteland, my friend. There is no better.
Are these some mints? Oh, some little mints. This is nice.
Yes. They're called armaments. They're about 150 years old at this point.
I could tell, man. Tastes horrible.
Yeah, well, they were I believe a joke before the fall, but now they're the only breath freshener I can think of.
You remember the commercial where those guys would yell the name of the breath freshener? Like they yodel it?
No, but let's do that. As you're yodeling, you pull up outside the Ninth Life, which is a dive bar. The rest of the people here, so that's Lord Nevad and Agent Goldwater and Torg, are all waiting out front. The reason is you have very politely been asked to leave. We've worn out your welcome here. Those who've been tracking what's been going on with the party know. And for Shannon's benefit, you have had to leave the Shire because you had curse come and dawn on you. You were holed up here at the Ninth Life, but there was this whole thing where Torg apparently has a gang called the Torgs, who are inspired by Mina, Her what's the name of the movie where 90s movie, like the roommate who is too much? Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Weird Science.
Oh no, single white female.
Thank you. But I want to see that as Weird Science now.
Same thing.
What the hell did you put into the computer? So that caused more trouble because people with Torg's braid were running out, were stopping Curse's forces, and Curse assumed it was Torg doing it. So Torg is more hunted than usual.
Oh man!
And, you have to not be in this bar anymore. So as the van runs up, pulls up, you're standing out front. One by one, we're going to start with Navad. I want not only a brief physical description, but a brief description of your luggage.
Of my luggage?
Well, you have to go. So you're going to have to surprise Lomar and put your shit in his van because you got the cat was very clear that you got to go. Meow.
We got to go. Okay. So I'm up. Navad is up.
Yep.
Okay. So at this point, Navad is probably 18 or 19 years old. Nobody really knows for sure. He is probably about 6'4", 6'5", rail thin, little black emo haircut, jean jacket, and a wizard robe underneath, not reflected in that hero mini, but he's got like a robe, like you can see me wearing. And his luggage is surprisingly light. It is actually, he's probably seen this depicted somewhere. It is it's like a hobo knapsack. It's actually a stick with a bandana tied on it and a bunch of like loose junk, like notebook paper and stuff that he's kind of using for materials for his proclivities, shall we say. That's Lord Navad.
And Agent Goldwater. Nice.
The scarf.
No.
Alright.
I don't think we can hear Agent Goldwater.
No, I'm not. I was just mouthing my words.
Practicing.
Pranked. How's it feel to be pranked? Yes, yeah. Nice try,
That was a
Shannon.
good prank.
Yeah, right. I'm not dumb. Agent Goldwater looks generally like a normal human outside of super sensitive skin and a split tongue. He is an IRS agent. He wears a very nice looking, very clean now suit, well armed, and has recently added a scarf to his wardrobe, which we can see on the character in with slightly different colors here with me. Carrying a very full backpack and two very full, very beat up suitcases that he overpaid from a traveling sales a peddler. And if you know this character is didn't mention that IRS agent, post-apocalyptic IRS agent. So it's all just full of folders and papers and printers and pencils and pens and ammo.
So we know what Torg looks like. What does the rest of Torg's luggage look like?
Sorry. Her dog is. Juniper! Junibugs. It's okay. All right. She got convinced someone was at the door and decided it was barking time.
It was a pumpkin.
Pumpkin's at the door.
Pumpkin's at the door.
Pumpkin.
Sorry, what was Torg? Oh, what's Torg's luggage? Okay. So I haven't been reunited with Rip at this point, right?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
There's probably hunting parties down in the Shire looking for Rip like they promised, but they haven't brought Rip back. Part of the reason is probably Rip probably doesn't want to go with these people, but they're going to try for you.
Well, remember I gave them a lock of my hair
It is
so
not
they could be
enough.
like, "Oh, look, it's my mom."
It has not had the effect that you would hope for, but
Farts.
Yeah.
I want my child back.
Farts indeed.
Fuck farts. Okay, so in that case, Torg probably wouldn't have much on them, really, because Torg doesn't need much. So I imagine Torg just has like their like a little leather like backpack satchel to match their like 80s leather jacket, that's like dangling with trophies, much like their jacket, and monuments, you know. And really, the only thing that Torg's got in there is that book that Torg is constantly
Colt,
carrying around.
Can you put up the cooler, please? So the other thing you're carrying is this.
Ooh.
Yes, and I was going to
Nice.
say, yep.
So it's carrying literally that, except it's more banged up. I didn't have time to weather the image, but it's like
So
that. Beat up.
that was procured from the last remaining Citrus Caesar, which Torg had been searching for essentially their entire life, and didn't find it until they found out that's where the Torg's headquarters were, which are this like gang that modeled themselves after Torg in honor of Torg. And Torg, met the Torgs and was very, touched by the fact that they had found and, made the last Citrus Caesar their gang holdout for Torg's sake. So Torg got this cooler. So the one thing Torg wanted from them was any original merchandise from the Citrus Caesar when they located it, because it means a lot to Torg, but Torg hasn't really said why yet.
So Jen, that was also my way to time shift whatever it was that you wanted to introduce, because you had said, was there anything that was left for me? So my intention is I've been guffing to that shit, and whatever is left for you is in that box, which is clearly like the radioactive shoes or whatever the hell it is, right? So at any point where you want to be like, you want to know what's in this cooler? It's completely up to you to pop that shit and explain what's in there. But
so I still haven't opened the cooler.
Well, I would assume it would be a thing that the player wants to share. So
okay, all right.
You probably looked in yourself, because this is a plot element that Jen has introduced. So the player is not going to open the cooler and go, "What the fuck?" Like,
no, but only because you ended the last with be like, and what was it like? It was such like, we didn't know. We'll find out what's in the cooler next time. So I don't know if you had a plan.
Because I'm narratively passing the buck back to you.
Okay. I did not pick that up, but I got it now.
I'm giving you the gift of agency. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yes, and Torg has their Citrus Caesar icebox with them.
So Lomar, they've got like possessions. They look like they're a bunch of college students that have to go to like a dorm room.
Yes.
Do you load them in? Do you?
I'll help. Of course I'll help. Okay. It is my truck. Let me help you with your possessions, friends.
So I'd assume you even probably have like a load jack or something.
Yes, I've got I've got an old like a load jack. It's a U-Haul, but it was a rental, and the jack part of it is like squeeha, right? So it doesn't work exactly right.
Is the jack?
Yeah, the jack is jacked, so it's completely pointless. So he like squeezes the thing to try to get the jack to work, and it doesn't. So he just ends up putting the stuff on the pedestal and then kind of wrenching it over to the truck and then lifting it on the pedestal onto the truck. It would have been much easier for him to legitimately pick the things up and put them in the truck, but he is trying to impress them with his awesome load, Jack.
And man, you could have just put that stuff in the truck.
I have a tool for that.
Hey, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Do you have those shitty quilted blankets?
Fernie pads?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. I was a PA once, friend. I used Fernie pads all the goddamn time. Yes, I had.
Tool of the trade for sure.
Yes.
All right, so you load up, everybody gets in. You secure your stuff. We've already established that his van is the Uber of the apocalypse. Like he's got like Kleenex boxes, he's got mints and water, but he's also got like netting for stuff you carry. Like it's all completely kitted out. You would also see, and it's something that Hammond would notice, the thing has been sealed up. You know that you're going into the desolation. The desolation is what is left of heavily bombed areas that were powdered by the bombs. So it's all like red sand, and it gets everywhere. So it's clearly he sealed the vehicle to make it so it won't be slowed down by that, because you would know you can kill an engine with that kind of shit.
You don't want all that dirt flying around an engine.
No, it's pro tip. It's bad. All right, so you're in, and everybody, you're driving, right, Lomar?
Yes. It's my truck. I drive it.
So who's in the shotgun? Who's in the passenger seat? Who's in back?
I'd like to be in the shotgun, but I don't have to be. It's just my preference.
No problem, man. Go ahead. You can take it. I've been sitting there all day. I'm bored of it.
Thank you.
All right, so everybody loads in, and you have one of your guns up front with you, just in case. Okay. Are you gonna err on the side of like the SMG, the submachine gun?
Yeah.
Like, what do you got up there? Okay. And everybody else is basically in back. Hammond, there is something about Nevada that's off. Like there's an energy about them that's like, you ever work as a bouncer?
Sure.
So you know the guy at the club where you kind of like look at the bartender and he looks at you, and that look means keep your eye on the bald dude, because you're probably gonna have to 86 that motherfucker. It's sure. that energy. Like there's a weird twitchy something going on.
Hey man, you cool or what?
Yeah, I'm a cool guy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So can I have the map, please, Colt? All right. So it's a little. Can you drop it in chat so they can see it without it? Oh, can you see that, players? All right, or we need to drop into chat for you?
I can
Do
see
well enough.
Yeah. Where are we headed?
Yeah,
we in between Edgewater and Ninth Life?
You're going from the Ninth Life where you are now. You're going to Edgewater. This is going to be a fair chunk of day. It's going to be about 4 hours, and then you'll probably stop at Edgewater, stay the night before going into the desolation. Edgewater is literally at the edge of the desolation.
All right, we got a long drive. I'm just going to say it, man. You are creeping me out, dude. I don't know what your thing is or what's going on, but you're weirding me out. You're giving off a weird vibe, and I'm just going to say it.
Oh, I get that a lot. It's okay.
It's okay. Okay, well,
it's okay that you're weirded out by me. A lot of people are. As long as we're on the same side, it'll be fine.
Okay, well, that seems like it would be subjective and partially up to you to decide if we're on the same side, that there might be an issue. So,
Torg vouch. No, Hammond, no worry.
Oh.
Nevada, speak truth.
Lomar knows me too.
Most people
Yes.
worry about Nevada, but Nevada really harmless when it comes to fam, and any fam of Torg, fam of Nevada. Nevada under control. Nevada, don't worry. But yes, Nevada.
You know when somebody over answers a question, you kind of don't believe them anymore. That's how I feel right now. Like I feel like, if he was just a cool guy, you would have went, he's cool, and just moved on to something else. But I don't know. It feels like I'm being.
Oh no, he is
Just
very
want
creepy.
To remind
He is a
an
creepy guy.
apocalypse. Yeah, he's most of us have murder sheets and lots of creepy things in our past. So, Torg liked to emphasize that, yes, Navad creepy, but Navad mostly good. But also creepy, but not in bad way. We the good creeps. Torg, not sure that sound right.
It's like you heard what I said and you were like, I'm gonna do it more. It's a long car ride. I'm gonna try to get some sleep, but I'm not a good sleeper, so I probably won't be able to get some shut eye.
So, Navad, are you going to be
Torg feel bad for exacerbating?
Will you be
your
working
icky
with
feelings
your spellbook during the drive?
Pardon?
Will you be working with your spellbook during the drive?
Yeah, I'll be like dicking around with it.
Okay, so he's got like a big book that's kind of like a D&D obsessive high school kids scrapbook.
Yeah.
So it's like lots of things like the original article, like buy D&D and go on an adventure, like taped to a page with an ad for the original Conan movie, and then pages from a book and something in Latin.
I mean, there's the one Bazooka Joe comics. I mean, it's a real ransom note of a scrapbook.
Yeah, exactly. We have like a lot of Wizard of Ed too, right?
Yeah.
So he's literally, would he see any magic shit? Like, would your power manifest at all while you're studying your book?
Would Hammond see any magic stuff?
Yeah.
I'm guessing no. I mean, it probably just looks like a weird kid to him.
So I'm going to leave this as a take it or leave it because it's your character.
Yeah.
I see the possibility of you sitting crisscross applesauce,
okay,
reading your book, and your levitation kicks in a little bit while you're reading.
Oh yeah, I could Doctor Strange it up a little bit.
Yeah, because I was thinking you might not need to consciously do that sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking about maybe other manifestations.
Oh no, I was thinking like small stuff.
Yeah, like small stuff, but like maybe enough that it's kind of like a step up from the energy thing that Hammond was picking up on earlier, where you're like, you kind of have to do a double take and be like, is that guy floating? Like,
right. So
like it's like, wait, is that coat jacket moving? Is that a person in my room, or are my eyes playing tricks on me? That kind of a thing.
So the question would be if you were like a Vegas performer or if you're actually floating, right? Because you have a little bit of who's the
Chris Angel mind freak.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. You've got a little bit of a mind freak.
Yeah, I got some mind freak energy. Yeah, for sure.
So Hammond, you'll be seeing out of the corner of your eye. It kind of looks like he's floating sometimes.
Man, this guy's floating. Come on now.
He does that. It's cool.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. It seems like, par for the course. I had weird energy. And here's the thing is, and this may play into it, but I feel like you want me to talk to you about the floating. Like that's why you're doing it. So I'm just gonna ignore it.
Oh, Navad float all time without notice. Navad not trying to flaunt.
I love the idea that Hammond won't ask the question about CrossFit. It's like, I see your bag. I heard what you said. I'm not going to ask you about.
I'm not going to do it. You know what? I know what's going on here. I see. Like you keep talking about you got a big weekend. I know it's a tough mother. I'm not interested.
The shirt says, "Ask me about CrossFit."
Yeah. So you have a good 4 or 5 hour drive. When you're driving like this, like we've described before, but partially for Colton's benefit, it's post-apocalyptic, right? So a lot of the highways are broken. So you have to go off the main thoroughfares sometimes because uneven ground is better than shattered highway. Shattered highway, unless you get something with really big, tough tires, which as reinforced as this van is, it is not that. Like, you've thought about trying to get some like outsized tires from this thing, but you'd have to drop the suspension and probably get a bigger power plant in there to make that possible. So you're currently not a just drive down the highway kind of a vehicle. So you're kind of going in and out as it gets rough, which is why, even though you're only going something like 25 miles, it's going to take you hours. It's a modest day. Although, if you put up the map for me again, sir. Thank you, sir. So the desolation is basically more flat than anything on the other side because it's literally been nuked. It's been powdered, glassed. So you would see as you approach Edgewater, the kind of like what happens when you're going to the coast, right? Where in the horizon, instead of having like contours, when there's water, it's just like that gray line. When you're approaching the desolation, there's a point in the distance that's just a red line. And the sky gets kind of ruddy. So you're very clearly going towards the place you would drive away from in a horror movie. Like, that's not the drive to it kind of place. But most of you have been to the desolation multiple times. Lomar, you in fact often work there.
I work back and forth.
You're like an airport shuttle.
I am.
I don't think Hammond is probably. Let's just say Hammond has not been. This will be your first. Why am I burning green? All right. This is your first visit to the desolation.
So, first visit to the desolation?
Yeah, I've heard about it before, but yeah, it's my first time here.
Scared?
Scared? I mean, yeah, a little bit. It's terrifying looking like that. But I'm used to all sorts of places here in the wasteland. I mean, everything looks terrifying. You know what I mean? Basically.
I believe it's healthy to be a little bit scared, but you'll be okay. Lomar drives the wasteland all the time.
Okay. Talks in the first person. I got it.
I will say this, Hammond, it is different than almost any place you've been.
Uh-huh.
So just stay aware, stay alert.
Okay, IRS guy. Thanks for the heads up.
Why was that funny? Why are you laughing?
I don't know, man. It just is there something you want to tell me about? Because it seems like you're being mysterious.
No, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to. No, it is just different than anywhere else you've been. There's
okay. So Hammond
levels are higher in general. Radiation is a factor. The ground can.
Not for me. Not for me.
Well, that's good.
Radiation is a factor for me, baby.
That's great. That's
so
good.
Hammond, give me an insight check, please.
What's that?
What's that?
Hammond, give me an insight check, please.
Okay. All right. Got it. 6-5.
Goldwater is clearly nervous about going to the desolation. So part of what's going on here that's not clearly on Front Street is he's masking his own anxiety a little bit by talking about it, but when you're watching him, he gets a little twitchy, a little shifty. He's clearly not happy that you're going here.
So tell me what would you do if you were in my shoes, Goldwater, heading into this place for the first time?
Just steel yourself. I know it doesn't sound like much, but you just have to be ready for anything, and you have to physically and emotionally prepare yourself because
emotionally,
yes, that's why I say steel yourself, not just physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Yeah,
things can't happen in there. That
you gotta feel yourself in the moment.
Sure. Yes. Whatever works. Whatever metaphor works for you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Cold
man.
water.
Well, hey.
You be fine. Torque say no worry. Last time, no big deal. You prepared now.
I was prepared last time. It wasn't because the things that happened wasn't because I wasn't prepared. It wasn't because of me.
What happened up there, man?
I lost someone.
I think they might still be up there. Maybe we could go get them.
No, I mean,
They blew up.
Oh, they exploded.
Yeah.
I've had some friends explode.
It was a bomb strapped to a dead angel.
Yeah, that's cold, man.
yeah, it was. These are the
Also-
things that can happen where we're going, and I know it's dangerous everywhere, but
Yeah, I mean that is pretty specific, though. You know, I can't imagine that exact thing happening again.
no, not the exact thing. Obviously,
So
I would never allow that to happen again.
I don't think you have to worry about it. I mean, you gotta get an angel to die and then get explosives. Like it's a lot of work.
And one time we went out there, we met some rabbit people.
Mm-hmm.
They were worshiping at a burger.
Did you say rabbit or rabbit?
Rabbit, like little bunnies, bunny people.
I think
Oh, okay.
camera will
I thought you
pull
meant
back.
people who are trying to like bite each other.
I
Well,
love
maybe
the
they
idea
were.
of the camera pulling back. It to me, it seems like Hammond is like a normal person who is wound up with you guys. So
It's in
in
a
my
car
mind,
full of lunatics.
yeah, we pull back the camera. We still hear the vibe like, and they were rabbits and they were worshiping this thing, and like we just kind of hear that fading away, and we see the van pull into Edgewater. There is a new parking lot RV park they built up. A sign outside that's been hand painted says Red Sand RV Park, Last Chance Depot.
Welcome to Riv Park.
All right, let's get out. Hey, come on, Goldwater. Let's stretch our legs a little bit before we get in there. Let's loosen up a little bit before
Yeah.
we get, you know.
This is a safe place to spend the night.
A middle-aged goblin woman in a house dress and an apron comes out. You're gonna park?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
You in the bathrobe? You're going to stay overnight?
Yes, we are.
That's 15 votes.
Then Lomar pulls out just a little tiny bag that's got a bunch of batteries in it, and then grabs 15 volts worth and just offers it to her politely.
Since you've done her the honor of having like small, easily portable batteries.
Yes, yeah.
Like the grandma purse
Yes,
that she opens up.
yes.
You
So
can-
actually, he gives her 2 9-volts and tells her to keep the change.
He laughs. You need fuel? We have
Yes, fuel would be fantastic. Thank
We
you.
have fuel. We have chargers. You need water pie.
Yes, we need it all. We need everything.
Bless your heart. I'll come around. I'll bring the cart, and we'll load you up.
That is wonderful. Thank you.
Do you maintain this vehicle yourself?
I do.
Are you a mechanic?
I'm not,
Oh, well, that's a shame.
but he is. And I point to Hammond.
Oh, the young man with all the tools.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy with the hood and baseball cap. That's me.
We have a lot of jobs. If you
Okay,
don't
well, I
mind-
mean, you're gonna have to prioritize them because I don't got a little bit of time here. My friends and I are about to go to that creepy place in the distance, so we're probably gonna take off.
Oh, you're going into
Tomorrow
that
sometime,
tent?
I mean, that's the plan, right?
You
Right,
should-
Goldwater, right?
Yes.
You should stay aware at all times. It's very dangerous in there.
Okay, all right, yeah, we've heard it. Thank you.
Just be aware at all times in a very non-specific way.
Yeah, I know that's sort of that's how this place seems to be described to most people. But
Terrible
I'm good to
things
go.
can happen. You don't
Yeah,
understand.
hey, how about this? I do understand. A dead angel could blow up your friend. How about that? That could happen in there.
That's a new one to me.
See,
Well,
so
I have some
now
broken things that need fixing. And if you have a little time, I can fill your pockets with batteries.
I'll do whatever I can. Just take it off my man Lomar's bill.
Good man. Come this way. All right, so the rest of you, Lomar, you're just gonna do the once over on the.
I'm gonna prep the truck and hook up the water line and all that kind of stuff.
Nevada.
Yeah, I'm going in.
In where? You're in an RV park.
Well, I mean, like I'm gonna
Going in.
I'm going in.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Yeah, like Red 5?
Metaphorically.
Like you're going in?
I'm like,
Is it a sex thing?
Like a freestyle circle? What are you doing?
oh man,
Give us 12 bars right now. Go in.
Are you gonna start spitting fire, Devon?
no.
Oh my god.
It would be like that mystical rap with the help the bear from last week. It was
It's true. It's true.
Anyway, what am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still I've been kind of absorbed in my little spell book. So this is explains my hey, I'm doing what now?
So if you haven't seen Nomadland, fucking do, because it's really good. But if you have seen it, it's got that vibe. Like these are people that cross the wasteland in their self-enclosed vehicles. Some of them are going to go into the desolation just like Lomar is.
Mm-hmm.
Some not. So it's like any RV park. It's a little bit of a community. And there are people that literally have, chairs and side tables out beside their vehicle.
Yeah.
And they're having dinner. And you could also, she's going around with a little cart, and she's got odds and ends that she's selling to the people, including things like toilet paper and booze. So you could do some shopping. You could help either Hammond or Lomar with their tasks. You could wander off on your own and get killed.
I'm thinking more like taking a stroll through the RV park and just kind of
See you here. Okay.
Yeah.
Goldwater.
I'm going to help Lomar, but I'm also talking to Lomar about how the business is run, various expenses, independent contractor or business owner.
Are you auditing me?
No, I'm trying to make sure that you're getting the most out of your business.
Oh, okay.
If I was auditing you, you would know it, because you would be on your way to being dead. So
fair.
You're not.
Torg?
You're doing fine.
Torg?
So Torg definitely wants to go, Torg rather not be alone. So Torg wants to learn a little bit more, they exploded that generator, learned a little bit from Hammond before, but not that much. So Torg figured they'd go see if they could help Hammond and the lady. What was the lady's name again?
I don't know if she introduced herself.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, did we get a name from this person? Okay. All right.
So Hammond, you down to having Torg help you with your repairs?
Hey, come on, Torg, let's go.
Okay, so you're doing repairs. So Nevada, I need a notice check from Nevada.
Alrighty, sounds good. Oh, my dice are stuck in that little roller. I can't remember. The radiation symbol is a 6.
Yep.
Okay, so I got a 6 and a 5 and 2 5s.
Okay, so you see that there's only one other person in this park that's walking around lonesome like you are.
Okay.
Everybody else is in a group,
right?
And usually sticking close to the vehicle. Well, there's one person that's also kind of on their own walking around.
Right.
And they're kind of dressed like a sand person. So lots of kind of like strips of cloth, bandagey looking stuff.
Sure.
They're a mutant. They might be an anteater person because they've got kind of a snout and then goggles.
So like literally almost the little dude who calls the stormtroopers in Star Wars. Little
potentially, yes.
Okay. Okay. Is he giving off any kind of particular vibes except for being wrapped in cloth? Insight
check, please.
Okay. What's my insight again? Oh, okay. Same number of dice. I got it, baby.
Looks suspicious. Do you want to do a reading?
Sure. Am I close enough to that?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your dice.
And this is the is it my what is it? Is it my is it the notice dice?
No, this would be. I was asking if you were going to use magic.
Oh, yeah. Then well, yes. Sorry, yes. I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on with this guy.
Okay, so go ahead and do the read.
Okay. And did terrible on that roll.
Okay.
I got a 4, 2 2s, and a 1.
So this person is named Bobo John.
Bobo John?
Bobo John works for Curse. Bobo John is a spy. Bobo John is here to see who's coming in and out of Desolation. Bobo John has a transmitter. Bobo John is watching you because he has, among other things, had described to him someone who looks like you and someone who looks like Torg.
Wait a minute. I picked this up off of an abject failure.
Yeah, well, the failure means he notices and looks right at you.
Oh, okay.
So what do you do? Because you now have this like decision point where he's going to do something. Like he knows that you just cast on him and pulled memories out. He could feel.
I got you. He could tell I was messing. He could tell I was mind freaking him.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. Mind freak.
Like somebody's mind freaking him. Okay.
Dude.
I think I may have to go get back up.
So he looks.
I'm going to kind of retreat back to Lomar's car, while also trying to keep an eye on this guy to see what he's up to.
Make a notice check.
Got it.
He steps behind another van, pulling his transmitter out of the pocket of his vest.
Okay, change of plan. I gotta go try to mess with this guy before I let everybody else know.
Can you give me a little more granularity on mess with, please?
How close?
Stance down, like give him a wedgie.
Would you say you were going in at this point?
I'm
Shannon?
going in. Hold me back. I'm going in.
He is 34 feet away.
At the top 10. What?
He is 34 feet away.
34 feet away, precisely. The length of.
I mean, not precisely. It's 34 feet 7 inches.
Okay. He's behind. He like tucked himself behind the van.
He just stepped behind it because he was trying to lose line of sight so you wouldn't see him do what he's clearly about to do.
I'm gonna try to roll the van over on him. I'm gonna try to mind push the van so that it like pins him down. It doesn't have enough momentum to squash him.
So
but like,
go ahead and make your ravage test.
Okay.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious to me if you blow this, by the way.
Yeah, right. We've been watching Stranger Things season 2, so I'm like stealing all of 11's moves to
I'll explain the flaw with that thinking after you rolled the dice.
Okay, here we go.
Uh-oh.
I got a success and 2 partials, baby.
Okay, so here's the difference between you and 11.
Okay.
11's a telekinetic. Your
Yes.
power lets you destroy things.
Right. Okay.
They're not the same.
I guess that's true.
So the way you push the van is by basically doing a shaped charge of ravaging energy.
Right.
Which will then push it forward. So it's
Right.
kind of like you make it into a giant shotgun shell
Uh-huh.
and kind of boom the front of it, pushing it back over him. I will point out, because Merlin will, when you next see him,
Yeah.
why didn't you just use your power to destroy the transmitter?
Because, see, I thought that was maybe a little too fine-grained. Like,
Well,
I thought it was...
For sure. What you have now is you've basically set off 3 grenades to throw an entire van at him to stop him from making a phone call. So you made your roll. I'm going to try to evade.
Okay.
So he goes, shit! I have to try to share this with you.
All ones.
It is literally all ones. I'm using the nuke dice, so it's literally 3 bombs looking up at me. That means that he's so panicked that we get the comedy action movie thing where he goes, "Eee!" and doesn't move. And the thing just rolls over him and knocks him down and flat. You don't know if he's okay or not. He's not making a phone call. He's currently not moving.
Okay.
The people that were in that vehicle
I didn't think about that either.
are yelling out in alarm.
Right.
So you're inside the vehicle. What the hell? Hey, Lomar, you see kind of over there, Nevada is just throwing a truck at some people.
Okay, so I go running and waving my hands and go, no, 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 no.
I'd assume that Hammond and Torg would see that from where they are. Would see Lomar running down the rows like, no, de-escalate the situation.
What are you doing?
So, Nevada, someone comes out of that vehicle wearing boxer trunks and a rubber apron and a rebreather over their mouth.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And there's a very powerful smell coming from the inside of that van.
Dude, you fucked with Walter White.
Did I come knocking when the van was
rocking?
You were apparently the one who knocked.
He is the one who knocks.
How do you react to Lomar trying to calm whatever's happening, or this guy who looks righteously pissed off? Do you go to see what this condition of Snootface is? Like, how do you react to any of this?
I'm saying, did you see that guy? That guy blew up your van. And I'm telling.
Give me a deceive with an extra die, please.
Get deceive with an extra die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he didn't see it.
Right. That's my plan. This is a terrible plan.
Such a fucking teenager. Like, these are all the worst fucking.
Look, I live with one, so I'm just like channeling my own son here.
So
I got a success.
All right, so it's about to have you redo that pit of that scene as Leo, but we don't have to go because you.
Well, this would be Emmett. Leo's still a preteen.
Okay. Oh, that's right. So you're fine. Yeah. So he goes, "Damn it!" and he runs around the front. He pulled my van over on himself.
Guy was a freak. I don't know. Like, I was just wandering around and
he leans down and he holds up the anteater nose. Well, he's not a going concern anymore. Anybody else see this? Because this sounds like bullshit to me.
Oh, no. Friend. I come running into the situation.
I was very busy doing something important.
I saw the van move on its own. Clearly, there's no other way it could have done that.
You saying it's my fault?
No, friend. No. He had some sort of a weapon that made the van run. It must have malfunctioned because he rolled it over onto himself. Hey,
Ultra Tech suicide?
I mean, it was suicide by stupidity, I think.
Ultra Tech Suicide was a pretty great band, though.
Yes, definitely. The third post-wave.
Right. So the goblin comes running over and runs up to Hammond. What's going on, repairman?
Turns to me and says that?
No,
to Hammond. Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what. It's insanity. That's what's going on. I mean, the van fell over on this guy. Look, we're new to the area. Maybe you could help me out. What do you think is going on around here? Because this is like we just got here like 20 minutes ago.
I don't know, but he cooks drugs for me.
He cooks what for you?
Drugs.
He cooks the drugs?
Well, some of the drugs. I mean, I've got a full supply here.
Oh, okay. Well, I should probably warn you that there is an IRS agent somewhere around here, and I don't know if he is attached to drug enforcement or
There hasn't been a government in 100 years.
you could tell that to the IRS agent because that's what
So, do you, Navad, are you standing up for yourself to make yourself scarce? Do you turn your head to a skeleton, get him to fuck off?
No, I'm
You
gonna.
wander up and get yourself killed?
I'm gonna try to. I'm trying to stay with this deceit. And now I got so Lomar's near me, right? Like he's up
Yep.
here.
Oh no, the group is currently, the plan is sell them on the idea that Snoutface somehow pulled the van over on
Yeah,
himself
like this
and killed him.
guy. Look, he was acting weird. I saw him go behind your. van. He looked agitated, like he was upset, like something was going wrong for him. And then he got mad, and then all of a sudden the van was on top of him.
Huh.
Maybe that's why he was mad.
His wife comes out. She's also dressed in underwear and a rubber apron and big latex gloves and has a rebreather on.
Oh man,
Gary?
there's another one.
Gary! And she runs around the front of the van. You beautiful snoot!
Hey guys, I think we should get out of here.
Probably right.
We should probably just ditch the van.
Do you know that guy, the Gary who's
My husband? I would hope so.
Oh, that guy's not your husband?
What? How many guys are we talking about?
What?
Navad is pointing at the male cooker who came out of the van who was upset. And I thought
Oh, my bad. The man with the apron is my husband.
Oh yeah.
Aaron. That guy, I don't know.
I don't believe her. That's a lie.
Yes, that sounds like a lie to me.
I could tell that was a lie from over here.
Then my beautiful
said, never mind. He clearly pulled the van over on himself. we can all pretend that nothing happened. I'm going to go back to making pie, and we'll all just go to bed. How about that?
Good luck with your drugs.
Well, they didn't explode, and they could have. So I'm going to call it a win for all of us.
Hooray.
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 You apparently have some yelling at me to do, or I have some to do to you. And they head inside the beaten up, crushed van with the dead spy under it. The goblin talks to Hammond. Are we going to be having problems with your friends?
Well, I would like to say no, but to be honest, I've only met a few of them just recently. And the one guy who I thought was weird, turns out my instincts were correct. He got us into a little bit of a sticky situation, but but at the end of the day, I do really think everybody here is trying to do what's best. So, I mean,
maybe if you pull your van around the other side there, away from these other vehicles, I'll bring the cart around. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
Maybe don't interact with anyone again more.
Okay. I mean, you're saying maybe, but I'm thinking you're saying don't do it.
I only mean that it would be great if you finish your repairs, but it would be also great if your other friends went inside the van and didn't come back out.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, man, just because you got to, I'm going to move on with my life and you're going to have to stay here and keep living yours. But you shouldn't be so passive aggressive about stuff. You got to just be upfront about asking for things or you're giving suggestions. But I'll do it. We'll move the car around and we will not talk to anybody else. You got my word, Hammond's word.
The cook nearly pulled his gun. I can be more aggressive and less passive. That was almost a firefight.
Okay, well, you want to talk about firefight? I got a flamethrower. So if we're gonna just start popping off,
No.
Oh,
And
man.
Lomar walks over and pulls out his little bag.
I did do these off. It's almost like an improv, like you're in the wings and you
Yeah,
bump in.
yeah, and pulls out a AAA battery and just hands it to her and
I
says,
love that Lomar.
"We will move. We will move."
She sputters a little bit. I was not going to pop off on anyone. I don't
Yeah,
even.
the
I'm not
little
even
reptile trying to pop off on me.
Do not worry. No
Talking
one's
about
going
pulling
in.
on
We're
me.
fine. Everything's
I don't even know
fine.
how to pop
I'm
off.
about to go in on this little reptile.
Like going in. Oh,
No one has to go in. There doesn't have to be
Are
any
we
going
back
in.
at the our van now? Is that what is happening?
she tears up a little.
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, we got to move the van.
Did I just
Torque, you help us
Tell
flip
you
it up.
why? I just didn't want any fights.
Don't you
Sounds
think
like-
you've done enough, lady?
She takes her cart and kind of sniffles a little bit. Looks.
Gaslit
Settled.
that poor woman.
She doesn't talk.
She didn't do anything.
I'm mind freaked. I'm mind freaked a van on top of somebody, and somehow the result of that is Hammond yelling at the cart lady.
I think so. Right before we do our mid game bio break, I think she goes up to her grandson. It's Mama Garita, everything all right? That man, that repairman, he said he was going to flamethrower me. He was going to pop off, and he was going to flamethrower me. And we're going to break for 5 minutes. We're going to come back and then head out into the desolation, which is unambiguously and unspecifically very, very dangerous. So 5 minutes. We'll see you shortly. Working on it. All right.
Hey.
So you have been in the desolation. This is the next day. You've been 3 hours of driving. I'm going to need a drive test from Lomar, please.
All right. Let the man drive.
We're
How
going
you
in.
driving, Lomar? How you driving, Lomar?
I'm driving with 6 dice. I'm driving thick.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I'm good.
Okay. So the reason for that roll, you've done this before. If you do it wrong, you can actually take on the dust, which isn't actually sand. And the part that you've had to live with is the knowledge that the reason it's red is partially atomized organic material. So there's that whole thing where you're like, the reason that a lot of them wear the gas masks is just they don't want to be tasting the red sand because it's people. All right, Lomar, you have a habit. You have a habit. I love the idea that in this context, I was effectively God, and Lomar is like, "Hi,
Hello, God.
you having a good day?" I think Lomar has a habit of running tapes on the tape player and also occasionally running the radio. Because once in a while, you'll get somebody who has a transmitter and you can pick it up and you can get information from it. You're doing that, and you actually pick up a transmission that you don't remember. There's nothing normally on this channel in this area. And there is a SOS and then a rhythmic beep tone.
Shh. Hold on.
So you play with the dial a little bit to get like just the right tuning.
And it does the.
And so the SOS is literally the beep, beep, beep. It's the,
Yeah, it's
that call.
It's Morse code.
Thank you. Hole in my brain. Morse
Do I
code.
get that? Is the other rhythmic thing something that I recognize?
Yes. So that would be something you'd use if you're tracking something. So that will be louder the closer you get to it. So it is something that you would use on something like if someone was doing like skydives, you could turn like the little tracking thing on. And if you had the tracker, it would beep louder as you got closer. It's a really
Like in Lost, when they had the thing in the little tracker in Lost.
Yes, it's a very low-tech version of that, right? And at this point, a voice comes through over that frequency and says, "Partner, I'm lost and alone. There isn't much left of me, and soon there'll be nothing. I'm sure afraid and would be obliged if someone was with me when my time comes." And then SOS and then the beep again.
Friends,
What's up,
Lomar,
guy? What's up?
Lomar is not crazy. You all heard that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. It's on the radio.
I mean, I think we should be we should find this person.
Well, hold on.
Torg agree. If someone look, Torg obviously no stranger to death. But if someone aware of, oncoming doom to the point to cry out for help, to not be alone, do we not at least owe it to them? Torg feel like this, right?
Hey,
What
Mike,
else we do? What else we do?
Mike, does this message repeat?
Do you wait and see if it does?
I'm going to. I mean, I know it's going to be in there. People can keep talking, but that's what I'm focusing on.
I think that's a good point, Agent Goldwater. I mean, this could be a recording. We don't know, if this is like actually happening. I'll tell you right now, my vote would be to just go because this never works out. I've been in tons of situations. Every time you go to try to help some guy, it seems like it's going to be just like a little thing. Nah. It always snowballs.
Torg totally understand what Hammond is saying. Torg just want to point out one thing. Last time Torg and fam decide to go to place that seemed creepy, we met Jesus. So
That was
on
not
the plus side.
That was not great.
It sounds like if this has anything to do with that dead angel that exploded, it doesn't sound like it ended so great.
I don't think it's that. However,
Oh.
I am just curious. And has it looped around at all yet, Mike?
So at about 10 minutes after when you heard it, and it's still doing the SOS and the beep tone, you hear, "The stars at night are big and bright. Can't rightly see the stars from where I'm sitting."
This seems like someone who's still alive. I don't know how to describe him, but I can't in good conscience leave them abandoned.
Dying alone is about the
your
saddest
soul?
thing there is.
Oh, so now everyone agree that with Torg that we should
I
all
don't-
do what Torg said.
No, hold up. No, I do not agree. I don't think that we should do this, but it looks like at this point, if you're switching your vote, IRS guy, then I guess it's up to you, creep out.
I had made a choice.
I usually do what Torg wants to do, just because it works out when we meet Jesus and stuff like that. So
I've never not been ever a part of that. So
I believe it is 4-1, and I am driving.
Yeah. Sorry, Hammond.
hey, no problem. Just remember what I said before we go. I think this is a bad idea.
I don't disagree that's a bad idea, but I also can't just leave somebody out there to die alone. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, is there any indication in the signaling which direction this is coming from?
No, you're going to have to play around to see if you're going to have to play louder, softer.
Okay. So I'm gonna immediately turn right, like a hard right, and see what happens.
What we'll do is we'll pull the pretend consensual camera up, looking down, and we see the van kind of looking like it's gone bananas because you're driving, seeing what happens in the signal, right?
Yeah,
but
serpentine.
You will look bonkers from if anyone was watching you from above. You don't look sane right now, and occasionally the voice will come through, and it sounds Texan. It sounds weak and probably delirious. And you think you're heading the right direction now. So after about 20 minutes of fiddling to get the signal to be, it's definitely louder that way. You're now headed, you think, the direction of the transmitter.
Friends, I believe we are headed in the right direction.
If this is anything more powerful than a backpack radio, we may want to look for a antenna as being a point to head towards.
Yeah, you did run into a place in the desolation that was recessed, remember? So it was just a little bit above and it was mostly antenna. So you start looking for that. You drive, give me one more driving roll, please. This is from Lomar.
Lomar. Let's do it.
I have not driven successfully.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I have a 4.
So the engine starts choking.
Oh, whoa.
Hey, Lomar,
Oh no!
remember the last time we were together and we got buried under sand?
Yes, it haunts my dreams.
But then I saved us by blowing out a pipe of sand.
You blew it out your hole, as I recall.
That's correct.
And the van stops.
Oh, man.
Oh no!
Okay, hold on. Now, don't open up any doors yet. Let's keep this thing sealed before we hop out.
I remember
we
we had previously described you've got like a chimney, remember, that you can pop up in case of a sandstorm.
Yes, there's a little like a
Top hatch.
Snorkel.
Oh, I see it.
like a
tank
submarine
periscope.
periscope. Yes, that's the word.
Oh, there's a periscope in here? Okay, well, let's pop it open. Let's use that. I got
Okay.
pretty good night vision, so maybe I can see something.
Well, it's currently like 2 p.m. There is not a sandstorm. Apparently, just shit got in the engine, so it's going to have to be repaired, and you can't start it back up without repairing it.
All right, I'll hop out there and take a look at it.
Everybody else,
Let me just try to bodge this thing.
Okay.
I'll post up on top of the van.
Okay.
Overwatch.
So
5.
So that's going to be a partial success. So he starts working with the engine. Meanwhile, I need a notice check from Goldwater.
That's me. I'm the
More
guy.
pumpkins. Desert pumpkins.
Pumpkin ham.
Notice 5. 1 partial.
There's something mostly buried in sand the direction you're going. It is metallic. Could potentially be another vehicle, hard to tell.
I'll pop my head down over the driver's side where Lomar is. Just knock on the window.
Yes, friend.
Use your periscope and see if you can. I see something metallic. It doesn't seem like it's moving in that like ahead of us where we're going.
Yes, I will look.
I mean, notice
Go.
check.
For me.
Yeah. Lomar it up.
I am successful. I got 5 3s and a 6.
It is out in the desolation. You think it's a maintenance spot?
I think it is a maintenance bot.
Is it moving?
No.
Okay.
And Hammond will take you about 20 minutes, but you can get the engine running again.
I can get this thing back in about 20 minutes here.
Torg, Navad, what do you think about going to take a look at this bot? Might be something we're
Torg? Yeah. Torque think good idea.
Okay, so anybody going to investigate, you head over there.
Hey, Torque, you want to take this giant wrench with you?
Torg always happy to take gift of giant wrench.
It is in fact it's a bot. Do any of you that's at that site have tech skills, particularly scouting?
Okay.
I know,
There
I
was
don't.
Me and Torg out, who are
I have-
probably the least adept at this.
Well, Hammond knows, but Hammond isn't there. Hammond's fixing.
I'm not there.
Lomar, you're with the car, right?
Yeah.
So it's the other 3. So it's the
Yes.
PCs that are over there, and none of you are tech savvy.
Now I can hack it. I can badly.
So what you can tell by looking at it is someone has opened panels on it. Bits have been taken out of it. So it's been scavenged.
And how big is this thing?
It is 0.4 Nissans.
Okay.
uh,
So it's like a small trash dumpster. It's not like
Yeah. It's like the kind of thing you would have like to do simple IT shit in an office building. Like it's a small maintenance or repair bot.
So Torg could easily lift it and move it with like one hand, like palm it essentially.
Maybe two just to support it so it doesn't fall apart. But yeah, you can lift it up.
Okay.
don't touch it yet, Torg. I know you can lift it. I'm gonna do a search roll if that's okay. If that makes sense. So like look around, make sure it's not booby trapped.
So I actually need a notice check.
Notice check. Okay. Same amount of dice, Mike. Nice try. I got a 6.
Well, because what you're actually rolling for is you realize that there are other metallic shapes in the area.
Oh. Okay. Are there any identifying marks on this bot?
No, and they don't seem to be. I'll assume you're going to check at least one of the others.
Yeah.
They're not matching. Like this is not. These were all the bots at Dynatech. Like it's not that kind of thing. It's like it's beginning to feel elephant graveyard.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, which is pretty creepy. And also they all have signs of been scavenged. Like it occurs to you maybe to go get Hammond or Lomar because a tech should probably look at these.
Yeah. I'll run back and swap out with Lomar and I'll go back on Overwatch.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and narratively say, let's put Lomar in charge of finishing up his engine because we will have had side conversations to make sense of all this. Hammond's got more technical skills than Lomar does.
Okay.
And Lomar can definitely do the rest of the work getting his engine running because he does this shit all the time. In fact, we've already established you have like a whole netted area of replacement parts and stuff like filters. So you're driving around out here, this would happen a lot.
Yeah.
So you're doing that. Hammond, they come get you. You look at one of these robots that's been opened up. You need to make a psi check. SCI, lower right hand corner under tech skills.
Side check. That's me.
Yep. You have 3 dice in that.
I got 3.
Yeah, psi is something that's not often used because it refers to like theory. It's like
no dice.
Yeah, so there's something that's clearly beyond you, but you can make a scavenge check.
All right, let me try to scavenge this little thing. We got it. 6-5.
Okay, so you notice that some of the stuff that you would find valuable, like some of the servos, some of the logic board kind of stuff, is still there, and you just pop it out and throw it in one of your bags. What's
graphics cards
is very 80s copper wiring. Somebody went through this thing and pulled cables out. So they left stuff that would be more valuable just to yank cables. So these things basically, in a weird kind of forced analogy, it's like they have their circulatory system pulled out, but all the organs are still there. It was just very odd. Like the priorities don't make sense to you.
And the organs are
they just took the copper wiring?
Yep.
Okay. I think this is a junkie. Because people could sell this copper. Am I talking? Is there anybody around here that I'm talking
it should be
to?
Navad and Torg.
Yes,
So-
Torg just not sure. Well,
Here's the deal. Look, I'm gonna explain it to you like this. It's like if it was a human body and somebody just took all the veins and left all the organs. That's what I'm looking at like here. all of these things are really important. The stuff they took, not that important unless you want to make a bunch of pennies. So
Huh.
Hmm.
Well, so you say this is good thing then? Then that means
well,
we
it's a
can
good thing,
probably
but
use this.
yes, we could definitely. I could definitely use all this stuff. I'm taking a bunch of this stuff, and I can use it for sure. But what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that there's something fishy about this. All this copper gone. I don't know. Is there any kind of electrical? Is there like an electric monster or somebody who uses energy? Because copper can be great to conduct electricity.
So there's a thing you can pick up called Creature Catalog that gives you knowledge of like mutant creatures and so forth. I don't think any of these characters have that, but there's nothing that you know of that has those priorities.
I would eat copper. Like none of us know of a copper eating monster.
You don't know any copper eating monsters?
Mm-mm.
Torg and friends have all encountered many interesting, lovable, strange, fearful creatures and monsters out in Wasteland, but not copper.
And at this point, you hear the engine turnover. Lomar, would you give a woohoo at that point?
Woohoo!
Hey.
I'll even bang on top of the roof in agreement. A rare show of emotion.
The van would pull up to you, and it's working fine. It's just you have to do this from time to time when the good thing gets clogged up. Do you all load
As
back
soon
in?
as it pulls back in, I feel like the first thing Torg would do is just pop their head in and go, "Either of you heard of copper eating monster?"
No.
That seems very specific.
So you continue with the way you were going, Lomar?
Yes. Let us get back
Let's
in the
go.
car and drive toward the signal.
So
All right, we got enough room to carry some of this stuff in here. I'm gonna take some of this.
yeah, you could load in some of the small ones, or if you're willing to spend like 20 minutes, you can pop the obvious valuable boards out. He can scavenge. You can help him.
I'm willing to
Scavenging
spend
is a
20
big-
minutes
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to discover as you go forward that this is a little robot graveyard like. So you'll go forward another 5 minutes and you'll see more of these like
Oh,
disabled robots.
oh man,
Seems to be a robot graveyard.
Yes.
feels.
I wonder if
So Mike, I want to take the fictional character Lomar the next time I go to a bar to be my wingman.
Yes. Yes, you- this man likes you. It is quite obvious.
He finds you very attractive. Yeah, that would be great. All right. So do you stop to scavenge all of these, or at a certain point you're just like,
Oh,
this is too much?
just mark it on the map and move on.
I think it's a literal put a pin in it for
Yeah.
Hammond.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean-
Yeah, this is.
Hammond, how much can you carry?
I mean, look, if we hopped out of here, I probably could try to figure out a way to carry most of this stuff because that's kind of my thing. But we got bigger fish to fry. We're trying to find this guy who has died or is dying. So
Yeah, and sadly,
You tell me if any of this is valuable to you and we'll stop. Otherwise, we'll do a side mission sometime and come back and get all this stuff.
So there is a robotics feat that he doesn't have. Like, that B had it. So like he can tell scavenge, he can tell what's important, but you can't really, like, you couldn't fix these. You don't know enough about robotics to get them going again. You couldn't experiment and design a new robot. You're not a roboticist.
I can't build a new robot. I can't, and to be honest, with all the copper that's been stripped out of these robots, I couldn't do it. That's the one thing is that copper wire is integral for all these robots. So whoever's taking that copper wire knew that we're making these robot parts.
Do you think it was a
unusable.
copper eating monster, perhaps?
You know what? I'm less in the copper eating monster camp than I was before, for sure. But
Cool.
yeah, man, it's definitely a lot of interesting things. Wait, hold on. What's that? Stop the van.
I stopped them. Is it a copper-eating monster?
No, it's an armadillo with very small horns who looks puzzled at the intrusion of the van in its territory.
Hey, I'm gonna go out
You
and
just
talk to
see
this.
Tor go. Oh, it's so cute.
It's a beastie. It's just a little critter.
It's so cute.
Omar, you're starting to pick up, in addition to the beep and the SOS and the occasional kind of sickly chatter, there's also kind of a warbling sound now.
Friends, do you hear that warbling sound?
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it?
I mean, I would describe it as a warble, but there are so many different kinds of warbles.
No, it seems accurate.
It's
Lots of warbles. What kind of warble would this be? Hammond, would you know? I mean, you know more about Nick than I think any of us do here.
Hammond, you can make a side check, another one of those terrible side checks, 3 dice. You might figure it out.
Yeah. Let me take a quick listen here to this thing. 1, 3, 4.
It is not. So you're a repairman by trade, right? Like, you're not a physicist. You're not a
I'm not a
scientist.
physicist. Get guys. I'm not Ichi Michukatu or whatever that guy's name is. That's not my thing.
fair.
If there's one thing I know about Hammond, is he's not Ichi Michukatu. Excellent.
Not.
So you keep rolling.
Yes. I'll speculate that sometimes warbling means that there's a bounce of interference from one mechanical interference to another, like the wave getting shortened up between two distances.
Oh,
Like we're getting closer to the guy.
That would track, I think. God,
Step on it.
So the van would pull out of the shot, right? We see it from behind, A-team style, as it heads off. And as you get further and further, that warbling gets stronger to the point where it's louder than the beep tone. Another good band, by the way. And then up ahead, you see that there's, from a distance, it would look like a archaeological dig. So there's like a little bit of a framework, and they're kind of like lean-tos, like someone is digging down into the desolation. And it's a pretty big, it's like 100 feet to a side.
It's like the Nazi dig in Raiders.
Yes.
Okay.
Very similar look to that.
Okay.
Slow down the
yeah. I'm gonna slow it down, friends. I think we are close to where we need to be.
And there is some movement because, like the camp you described, right? It's not completely sealed. Like this is not like, let's go get ET and make him sad. This is not like a closed environment. So you see between the different structures, there's movement. So there's definitely something going on there, and there are people or something like people moving around.
What do you guys suppose is happening up there? You seen like this stuff the last time you guys were here? You seen a lot of these kind of scaffoldings and things like that?
Oh, partner, that wasn't good. Oh, I can tell I'm probably going to miss that. Well, I was hoping to say goodbye to someone. Happy trails. Beep,
Oh,
beep, beep.
Oh, I start honking the horn really loudly.
what are you doing?
So
I want him to know we are here.
No, but the guys in the scaffolding.
A group of 3 guys in the scaffolding, the ones for which Hammond was rightly concerned, advance.
They are our friends.
on your
That is
back.
why we're here.
Can I have a slide? They look like that.
Dude, why
They're
did you honk
schlubs.
the horn?
So they are like the people, like the dude from RoboCop that got the acid splash on him.
Right before he gets hit by a van.
Right. In fact, you're bringing it around, right? So got to go full circle. So it's like you dipped a whole person in that. So they're kind of like Toxic Avenger, like all kind of drippy flesh. And they come out and they seem alarmed by the honking of the horns.
I'll be honest, guys. I do not think those are archaeologists.
Okay.
Maybe they are.
What are we gonna do?
What if they are? They're just really bad archaeologists.
Maybe they're looking for copper.
Bork would say we possibly drive away at this point.
But our friend, the one who is dying.
That
You
is
have
not
got
our
you. Are you
friend.
still thinking about that?
Is he? Are you?
I can
certain-
think of nothing sadder than to die alone. We came all this
What about
way.
dying? How about dying with all of you in this van because these guys attack us?
Do they look like they have any weapons?
The three schlubs are advancing tentatively on the van.
They don't want to fight any more than we do. I'm gonna get out.
Whoa.
No.
Too bad.
I will get out with you.
Okay, Torg
Goldwater,
must
I
get
need a
out to protect
notice
both
check
of
from
you
Goldwater,
in case-
please.
Yeah. Notice this. Got it.
So you notice something fairly subtle, but because you've kind of mentioned something, I think part of you is looking. So you know how humans, because of our circulatory system, you can see our circulatory system through the skin?
Yeah.
They have that, but instead of red and blue, it's copper.
Oh, I was just making an offhand joke.
So it's like little strands of copper.
I noticed it.
They apparently have little
Torg-
strands of copper through
Torg
their
just
entire body.
starts like hitting
Torg,
Hammond
Torg
in the
noticed
arm.
Torg, you haven't noticed yet.
Yes. Wait.
Oh,
Oh fuck! We're not all seeing this.
Oh, this is
You're
just
looking
cold
for
water
my
right now.
eyes.
Okay.
Oh, Jen's sulking at me. I can't take that. All right, so what do you do, Goldwater? Do you call the attention?
They have
Maybe to Torg.
they have copper in their veins.
Torg gets really excited and starts elbowing Hammond and going, "Copper monster!
and then
Hammond was right! Copper monster!"
Then Navad goes in for a high five with Torg as well to just be like, "We called it."
Friends, I believe we have found your copper-eating monsters.
I'm gonna wait, like try to wave at him and like bring the.
They approach at what's known historically as Karen distance.
Okay.
Karen distance being the distance at which it is appropriate to yell abuse and accusations at someone. Just 20 to 30 feet.
Yeah.
And they're just literally like they're with like an HM, the housing, the housing board, and they're just
HUD? You guys are from HUD?
Hey, my friends, Mud. So Lomar seemed to think this is where the signal was coming from. Is Lomar correct?
Well, there's something under all those texts that they're digging up.
Gotcha.
And by the way, another 2 of them are coming to join the 3 that are with you.
All right.
You think there's a couple dozen of these things?
Why don't I light these guys up with a little flamethrower? Actually, spice it up a bit.
No, Torg, please ask that you not do that.
Hold on a minute.
I'm gonna just say the word copper and see if they know that word.
Friend, do you not know how fire reacts to copper?
It just heats it up.
It explodes.
What?
Copper, when it's superheated, explodes.
Well, I mean, it's just a standard flamethrower, man. What do you think it's gonna do?
I hope it blows them up, my friend.
No.
Yeah.
I think they just want us to leave. Gosh, I don't know how to. I'm trying to get across something to them. Do they understand when I say copper? Does that ring a bell for them?
No. One of the 2 that's coming up.
Why don't I show them? Why don't you show them some of the stuff we took from the wasteland? See if they.
One of the 2
reacted to
coming
that.
up has a handful of cables,
Uh-huh.
and he's eating it like a churro. and
Oh man.
so it's not quite like a churro because it's almost like a pixie stick
Okay.
Right.
because it doesn't want the plastic, so it's like sucking the copper out of it.
Uh-huh.
Do I have any other copper wire
Yeah,
or
you would.
copper on me?
Your repair kit for sure.
Okay, why don't I like wave some out to try to get their attention?
Sure. Okay, they stop yelling.
Okay. All right, Agent Goldwater. I got their attention. What are you gonna do with it?
Okay, great. Thank you. Can you go in there? Like I point towards the camp.
And we'll give you this, and we'll give you some of this.
They look at each other. They seem apprehensive.
We're not gonna eat it. You're gonna eat it. Yeah.
And he gestures and he walks towards what you find out is a big pit that they built framework around so they can dig, and also because sand or whatever this is being what it is, it slides down, so they had to build retaining walls, otherwise it would just slip back. So they basically built what looks like an enormous grave. And can I have that mysterious slide that I sent you, Colt?
Ooh, mysterious.
Mysterious slide.
Mysterio, slide el misterioso.
It's the one with the big dude. It's the last thing I sent you.
Big dude. Nine, 8, 7.
Oh, never give Goldwater a number.
3, 2, 1, 0.
He's going in.
Failed.
Oh, he's going in.
Failed. You fail here. Mike, you failed.
Oh,
my God.
Womp. It was such a secret.
Mike, draw it real fast.
Just air draw it with your finger.
Yeah.
I
Show us what it looks like.
happily air draw.
Describe a big dude.
So
Like Andre the Giant, but
I have Big John Studd in my head, actually.
here you go, Colt.
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
get the notifications in.
He's gonna
Ooh,
jump in.
get ready, big dude.
It's fine.
It's your time.
This
Wow.
better be fucking worth all the hype.
It's gonna be a big fucking dude. It's coming.
I get a dime for every time I heard that.
Go beat the big dude.
Get ready.
Hey, boy, I've oversold this at this
This is
point.
gonna be so.
Oh my God, that's a big dude.
No.
Is it Big Tex?
Yeah.
It is, in fact, a 50-foot tall animatronic figure. It has been slowly, arms and limbs have been removed and set aside, and you see the crews have been ripping cables out.
Oh.
It looks miserable.
I think this is the guy that was radioing us.
It's sentient.
I don't know.
Oh,
The guy, he looks like he's from Texas. Who else would sing?
I bet he's got a.
Stars at night are big and bright, except a guy dressed like this.
That's true.
It's a message,
Correct, but
like pre-recorded.
yeah, this is not a living.
Can we power
breathing
this thing up? Let me see if I can power him up for a second.
So the head turns and looks your direction.
whoa.
The eyes look over at you. And
Holy
from the
shit.
speaker in its mouth, it says, "Howdy, partners."
It works.
Oh my god.
And at that
Lomar,
point,
look.
they
It
take,
is our friend.
at this point, they take its shoulder off.
Oh no.
And the
Oh.
team comes in and starts ripping cables out. And
No.
down.
No, stop!
Get that
stop
flamethrower. I'm
hurting
gonna light him up.
him.
I'm lighting him up.
Let him up. Go in.
Him.
Go in now. Now's the time to
Lighting him
go in.
up. You got it, Lomar. I'm lighting him up.
I guess this is happening now.
So the reaction to the tragedy of the final lonely death of Big Tex is to go in and light him up. All right.
No,
It's gonna
I
pop
wanna
off like
stop-
you've been promising.
I want to
This
stop
entire-
Big Tex from dying.
So the
That's
first
what I'm trying to do.
the first round in Nuked is usually determined by narrative, right? So the triggering action, you don't roll initiative or anything. It always goes first. It sounds like the triggering action is Hammond going, no thank you, and just flamethrowing a whole bunch of schlubs.
That's right. Let's get him up. We got to get him up our robot buddy.
Give me a shoot roll, 1 die down.
So we're killing a bunch of living creatures to save a robot. Okay.
Hey man, I
No,
work
but
with
it's
machines, man.
clearly-
There's machines are just as much living creatures as
Yeah,
creatures.
it's clearly sentient.
You would
It's
kill.
clearly sentient.
You would kill for Johnny 5, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
What am I rolling for right now?
Hey,
You-
if
you-
we met Jesus, we can have sentient
You're rolling shoot
Tex.
down 1 die.
All right, so 5 minus 1. Let's go. 5.
Okay, so that's going to be
partial.
a partial. So you're going to roll the 6 dice for the flamethrower. Every die that scores a 3 or better will score 2 points of damage.
1, 2, 3,
This was such a D&D movie.
4.
Did you score any 6s?
4 above, 3 or above.
Did you score any 6s?
Yes, 2 6s.
Okay, so that's going to be so re-roll the 2 6s.
All right. Ha-ha! Get away from my new Texas friend! A 6 and a 2.
Okay, so another 6. So re-roll that 6. You keep going until you stop rolling 6s.
Oh, a 2.
Okay, so there's this thing that happens when you superheat copper. So I'm going to need you to roll 3 6-sided dice, and just let me know if any of them is a 1.
4, 4, 3.
Okay, doesn't happen. Probably not a problem. It's probably going to be cool. So you turn the flamethrower on them. 3 of them melt more. So they go from being like fleshy masses to charred lumps of steaming remains. Battle has clearly been joined. Nevada.
Yeah,
There's like 24 of these things in here.
right.
And them.
It's a whole camp.
It's a whole camp of these guys,
Yep, they've been slowly dining on big tax.
right? And we got it. Oh man,
There's a lot of copper in this thing. Yeah, you were actually right. It was copper vampires.
it was copper
Copper eating
vampires,
monsters.
copper eating monsters, copy monsters. C is for copper. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so Torg, do you know what you're gonna do? Goldwater.
Torg was intentionally not making noise. Torg clearly needs to lay to waste some things because Hammond has decided to get in there. So Torg, crap. I wish I had a way to like flamethrow them since they would explode, but I don't have fire. I just have my,
Got you.
light.
Big poundy.
Yeah, I guess really I'd probably Torg is just gonna, grab their trusty cinder block and just swing it and attempt to basically like run a row through them. You know what I mean? To just trying to kind of like see what happens
Do you want to charge in?
when I smash through a few.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and give me brawl melee.
All right. If I remember, yeah, okay, that is what I thought it was.
Do you let out a battle cry?
Not that. That was my I dropped a die.
Torg, are you okay?
So you miss.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I got 2 6s. So
Go on,
yeah.
roll your damage.
Oh, right.
So that's 6 dice.
Ah! All 2 4s and 4 2s.
Okay, well, that's going to be enough. So that's going to be 10 points. All right, 2 of them go down.
Ooh, nice.
And
Only 19 left.
Lomar, what do you do?
Where are they? Are they in the pit or are they
Various. I mean, they're all working the area.
how many are above ground?
4.
I'm gonna run for the van.
Okay.
Lomar, you told me to help out.
Barrett, what do you? What does Goldwater do?
Trust me.
This is your friend, Lomar. Where are you going?
Yeah.
I have a plan.
Yeah, he's getting the weapon
Yeah,
out of you.
okay. I can see that.
I do a very quick roll of my eyes and a sigh as I pull out my shotgun and unload on the nearest group of sludges.
Slag.
Oh,
I'm
A
gonna
group
put
of
that-
slags.
I'm going to put that on pause to ask if Navad knows what he's doing.
So I think like I'm just gonna I'm trying to do a quick. What I'm going to use my action on is see if I can tell if they're intelligent enough to kind of mind freak them, or if not, I'm just going to start trying to blast them with some eldritch power. But I don't know if I can tell.
They're definitely intelligent. They were having a conversation with you.
They were having a conversation. I mean, they built a
They built a camp, and they
built a camp to eat big techs.
Yeah. So you're going to send a wave of terror through them?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. It turns out that just is a kicker to the way they're already feeling. Because as they all withdraw from the camp, hands up and freaked out, you notice that they don't have any weapons in the entire camp.
Right.
They are completely freaked out and all begin running. Lomar, do you just start running them down?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
That was the point of going to the van.
But now we see that they're not fighting back, dude.
Yeah, so Lomar, you would see, make an insight check. You got this, Lomar. It's good.
Let's see what my insight is here.
Or maybe not.
Suddenly Lomar goes crazy and is like,
Oh yes, I
So
have
as
insight.
You're bearing down on a group of 3. They have a confused protester look to them.
Oh,
They don't look at all hostile.
Okay, so I roll down my window and yell, "Go on, get!"
And they run.
okay.
Wait.
Do any of you
Just go
hail
and
down
get it through
additional
them.
death on them as they leave? Or
Wait, sir, what's happening now?
you attack them as they leave, or do you allow them
no.
Oh, I
Oh,
want.
they're running away now?
to? Oh yeah.
Oh, they're fleeing. They're
You
I did
melted
not
3 of
wanna
them, and the rest of them just.
we just like to point out. I would like to point out that we murdered these hungry beings.
Yes.
They were eating our friend.
They were eating a robot.
We
So-
were getting a message from Big
Look up-
Tex.
Put the 2 pictures up. Put the 2 pictures up. And tell me which picture you identify more with.
Wait,
There's
hold
this
on.
guy, and then there's the other creep. Come on now.
So Colton,
A or
to
B.
get
If
hang on.
they're friendly, then Darwin has served them poorly because
The-
they
the-
do not look friendly at all.
I'm going to insist on the floor. Colton, I'm going to ask directly. Are you saying that we should decide right or wrong by which side looks more like us?
No.
Oh,
That's a historically accurate way of surviving. I'll let you know.
As
So,
a dude that looks
we
like
live
this,
in a.
I can't argue with you.
We're living in a crazy place, guys. So you know what? I got attacked by a pumpkin 2 weeks ago with Torg. A pumpkin with muscles and a brain. So guys,
by the
look,
way,
let's just get out of here.
I think the camera would see the PCs all looking kind of horrified, and then it would swing over to Big Tex, who goes, Yahoo! What do you do?
Well, we got to figure out if we can we take Big Tex's brain with us?
So you're gonna walk up to his head because he's 50.
Can we just take his head?
So
We can't.
the upper
Can
part
we
of his
not just try a conversation first?
the
Like,
upper part of his
Daniel.
torso, the upper part of his torso is intact. His head and neck are intact. His greeter arm is intact. So it'll do this because that's what Big Tex has been doing since 1930. So it'll do this. But apparently at some point, this version of Big Tex was able to walk around. So some point before the end of the fall, it had been turned into a free roaming mascot. As far as how the rest of this happened, you don't know. But all that's left there is this head, part of the chest, and just this. So Hammond, you walk up to the head. Are you going to
How big? I don't know how big is it. I guess is what I'm trying to figure out. Is if I could take the whole body with us on the van, or if I had to like remove his.
You can't.
Remove like his.
It's 55 feet tall. I've actually looked up stats on how much fabric is used to make the shirts they put in this fucker every year. It's huge. Like the head is at least 2 Nissans. It's enormous. So if you're the first question you asked about, can I look for the actual brain? Yeah, you could take your tools and look for like a hatch. Because at one point, the person who was the essentially the DJ used to sit in there and would like be the announcer for the fair from inside Big Tex. So there's probably a door on the side of that head.
Oh well, we gotta try to find this door. Get into this cockpit.
Yeah.
We gotta get inside this cockpit. What's wrong, Torg?
We're about to become
hold
a
on.
mech anime.
Sure glad to see you, little buckaroos.
See,
Torg, you seem so upset. And what's going on?
Torg just wants us to speak to the clearly sentient, dying Tex robot before we invade its cyber brain.
Oh, that's what I want to do too. I'm just wondering if we do it out here, these creatures are going to keep trying to eat it, and we're
No,
going to
they
have to
already
kill
ran
them.
away.
They've actually gone
they-
over. They've gone back
They
a
are
distance.
gone.
They've formed a circle, and they are now mourning. So they're doing like a.
They could be plotting. They could be plotting revenge for their friends.
They're either mourning or they're like trying to get all powered up to come in and
No,
slaughter.
they're
It's one of the two.
They could be getting ginned up over there, and this is why people
Hammond.
don't stick around after a fight. Okay, you guys want to talk to him here, or should we try to go inside and see if we can find
have
his?
my consent to enter my brain pan.
There we go.
I do not consider that an intrusion at all. Thank you
Oh.
for being concerned.
Everyone, you coming with me, or am I on my own? Here?
See, there we go. No, Torg just want to make sure we have consent before entering robot brain, and robot brain.
Sounded like
That
enthusiastic consent, which is great.
So you find the door and you open it up, and it's got the old school like the submarine wheel thing to open it up, and it comes up. And there's the inside. The inside is almost like the inside of a submarine, right? It'd be a capsule, and you can look out and I think one of the versions of Big Tex was like this. You literally could look out of his eyes, and that's how this is set up. So it's like a computer control room.
Man, this is nuts in here.
Oh, I
Torg
try to
thinks
keep
this
it
very
tidy.
cool.
Welcome to my brain.
This is like you guys ever see Inspector Gadget?
Yep.
You remember the bad guy was he like an evil cat inside a brain or something?
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
Yes.
You'll probably find alcohol. The last announcer was fired because he drank on the job.
Well, hey guys, I say we try to find some. How do you guys want to break this thing apart?
Hold on.
What's wrong, Torque? I don't understand why you are so upset.
Because this is clearly a feeling, living thing.
I agree with you.
Yeah. We are all on the same page.
Can we please talk to it and help it before we further destroy it?
Well, okay.
I would like to know, Mr. Tex.
Yes, who am I speaking to? My internal camera has not been switched on. I do hope you enjoy your day in Big Tech.
All right, I'm gonna because Navad is in a bit of a limbo of whether or not this is in fact a sentient being or a looped, some kind of weird AI.
You're not.
But it was saying it died. It was literally saying, I'm dying.
Navad, you're not picking up the kind of mind that your magic interacts with.
Okay.
So you couldn't use sense on it. You couldn't terrify it.
I'm not getting any kind of organic soul reading off.
Never gotten it off of a robot yet, though, including AIs.
Okay.
And you've run into a couple of those.
Right.
So that's not.
Well, let's see. You know, it sounded like Big Tech said that something was not turned on.
There's a camera in here. If you can find the camera, I can see who I'm talking to. That'd be nice.
All right, guys, camera. Look for a camera. Everybody looks for a camera.
I'm going to give it to Hammond. Like, no need for a roll. This is what you are. Like, so the repairman goes to work. He turns on the camera, which is kind of like a webcam. It goes on, and Tex goes, "Oh, I can see you now." Oh, well, many of you don't appear to be fully human. That's a surprise.
Hey,
thank you.
Hey, man, some not fully humans were eating you, so we're kind of a step up.
Tex, I want you to know, we burned the F out of those bastards. They tried to eat your whole body, and we took them out.
Here in Texas, we got the stand your ground rule. So you are completely within your rights. You shouldn't feel even slightly bad about that.
Thank you, Tex. Thank you. I appreciate that. I had been feeling like I was guilty, but now that I'm having an interaction with you,
never feel
you weren't
bad.
eating anybody when we found you. In fact, you were being eaten. I feel good.
I was called here by something. It was like it felt. It was kind of a warbling sound, but
warbling sound.
Yeah, it drew me here, and I know that I wasn't the only one. It seems to have called out to robotic life forms.
It pulled you there, like it drew you here, like you followed it until you got here.
I think it's got something to do with their biosystems.
Wait.
Oh.
It may be that their nervous systems are an ad hoc network. Yeehaw!
Okay, hold on a second. Was he just saying that the creatures are a network?
That's right. The peculiarity of their copper nervous system.
Oh.
So they call their to that. That's very interesting, like a lure.
They're like sirens.
Oh, like Torque hear about a fish with a light bulb and a thing that like do a thing to get the thing to eat it.
Like an anglerfish.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I actually, no, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I can generate a small magnetic field with my hands. So if we do run into one of these things again, I will be able to severely mess up his ability to communicate with his buddies.
Okay.
So if we need to capture one, get some information out of them. These guys right here.
So PCs. So Navad, Goldwater, and Torque.
Yeah.
something would occur to at least one of you. You know that D, since B, has been looking for AI parts to finish her robot.
Right.
So she has been consistently looking for you to scavenge for exactly the kind of stuff that's in Big Tech's brain. Like it's here somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Big Tex, Torg has a question for you.
I might have an answer, especially if it's got to do with bacon wrapped meat.
Torg would like to hear more on the wrapping of the meat later, but first, Torg really wants to know.
We close at dusk.
Does Big Tex have any software to share? Is Big Tex able to spare Tex's brain?
Sure.
Do any of you speak English?
yes, can I please cut through this?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes, Goldwater.
Big Tex, do you want to stay here or do you want to leave?
I'd like to get the heck far out of here before those hungry bastards come back.
Okay, well, we are not going to be able to free your body from this pit. That's just out of the question. What we can do is offload your brain, quote unquote brain, and your AI and take it with us and then install it somewhere else. Does that sound amenable, or do you need a different?
We are more than this crude flesh, little buckaroo.
Right. Yes. So, with your permission, may we, with your assistance, extract the computer parts that house your AI, and then we will get you a new home at a later time.
As long as
I'm flabbergasted. You know, like this is like literally what I was talking about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And Torg, you talked to me like I was insane. Unbelievable. Tex, if this is something you want to do, go ahead. It's been on the table since I got here.
Yes, I agree with Hammond.
As long as I have your oath not to remove my personality chip, all is well.
Oh no, Tex.
No.
Even know where that is.
Oh, I'll show it to you.
Well, no, don't.
No.
Keep it a secret.
I'm going in.
All right, so yeah, let's figure it out. We'll learn about Tex, grab his brain, bring it back to your friend, and everything will work
So
out.
this is going to be a montage of the PCs helping Hammond, taking out big chunks of machinery. Anyone keeping a watch on the outside world?
Yeah,
You don't know me, but I'm a robot.
Hey, don't get an
I
audio.
am stuck here in this giant pit. I've got big doors to my head space. And if you take my brain, don't take my chip. Are you?
Oh my god.
Brains and things.
So Nuke doesn't have experience points, but you get 100 anyway.
Oh my god. That was amazing, Mike.
So
Good
is
stuff, Mike.
anyone keeping watch outside?
I think the VOD is going to keep watch because I'm probably I'm the least helpful in this situation of doing the tech stuff.
About 7 minutes later,
Okay.
a small group of 5 of those things is making their way cautiously down into the pit where you are. And they're keeping an eye on the head.
Okay.
They're moving over towards where the charred stumps of their friends are.
Okay. You were just hungry and we killed them.
And they
We saved Big Tex.
That's true.
There's 6 of them, so there's 2 for each of the bodies, and they have to snap it loose from the ground because they've been charred to the ground. They stick.
They're like a melted penny, like him and cook them.
They literally have to like work them a little bit, and there's kind of a pop.
Oh,
They lift up their feet and carry them back up and out of the pit.
Okay. So I watch all of this. let him. I let the guys know. It's like whatever, man. I let everybody know they came to retrieve their dead, but they don't seem to be wanting to mess with us anymore. If they ever did.
It's not for you.
Will you keep watching for the rest of the brain surgery on Big Tex?
Yeah.
Wait. What's that? Did you say? Did he come down here to tell us? Did he come down here to tell us something?
Yep. He just told you about.
We got to go up. We got to go up there, guys. I'm telling you, we can't just assume that they're here just to pick up the dead, man.
No,
That's all they did.
Hammond,
They wrapped up and they walked
Hammond,
off.
they're gone.
They literally
Let
did that.
them grieve.
I'm with Hammond. Let's go.
No, go.
Look, guys, we know where they are.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, all right, I'll let it go. Torg, I'm going to side with you because I don't want you to get, upset anymore.
So, Navad, do you watch?
And we need you on our fighting side, not on our not fighting side.
Navad, you keep watch for the rest of the time?
Keep and watch.
Okay. You see them take the 3 dead bodies to the circle. They descend on the bodies and rip them apart and pull the fused bundles of copper out and eat them like little gummy worms.
Oh, guys, they're cannibals.
That's all right. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like that's their deal.
Guys, why are we going to... What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen when they finish up with their friends?
About an hour and a half.
The copper content in our body is pretty low, I think.
Yeah, we have no copper.
You have a series of boxes
Speak for yourself.
and crates, things you can actually take out because it was all prepared so that it could be moved. So Hammond puts it all into its proper boxes and cases, straps it down, and you basically pulled Big Tex's brain out.
All right, guys, we loaded up. So let's go ahead and just start a little back and forth, getting this stuff loaded into the van.
So you'll be watching a row of those things in the distance. They're clearly just waiting for you to go.
Yeah.
They're just standing.
Because there's enough copper elsewhere in the frame of Big Tex.
Oh yeah.
So at this point, we're the lions and they're the hyenas waiting for us to be done.
Well, I'll tell you what I do. I say we set fire to Tex.
Leave them alone, Hammond.
Leave them alone.
Yes,
we've got his brain.
Leave them alone.
We don't have to fire. We don't have to set them on fire. But why do we have to let them eat Tex?
Tex is already gone. That's just his body.
Tex is gone.
We have his personality.
We have his
I'm not even listening to this because I'm not talking about murdering anybody. I'm just talking about lighting up this man's body so they don't eat him. I'm giving him a warrior's funeral.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, man. It's just a bunch of parts.
So to me, I see Hammond in an earlier life back among the Romans. Before we leave, I just say we're just going to dump our salt.
Salt the field.
We're not killing anybody.
I mean, technically, if we just melt it, if we burn it, there's still just a bunch of melted copper there. They could just come eat it anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. You're right. It's a waste of flamethrowers.
A waste of flamethrower.
Yeah.
So the party loads Big Tex in the back of the van, and off you go. All right. That is the end of part 1. Part 2 will make it to your destination, and the reason Hammond's with you to try to break into the settlement of the future. Thanks so much for Colton Dunn. We couldn't have done it without you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have eaten Big Tex's brain if it wasn't for me.
Yeah, we never would have figured it out.
Okay, Colt, we're going over to Shannon, right?
Oh, hey, everybody. We just want to say thank you again. Mike already said it, but we want to say thank you to Colton for joining us. He will be joining us next week for part 2 as we try to go off to the thing, figure out go to the settlement, figure out what's going on. And we couldn't do this broadcast without the lovely assistance of our vocalist, Andreas Fabus, who reads the monologues at the top of the show. Colt Joyce running the tech stuff. Brett Grimstad is our lore keeper and saves us in the chat many times of knowing what has happened in previous episodes. It is a Billy Badger, by the way, is the name of our truck stop in the shop.
Thank you.
Yeah, all good. Well, we want to thank our usual moderators, Qui-Gon Bowers, Iron Breeze, and Tiger Stripe Moon, and everybody who tunes in. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday on June 15th. Until then, we will see you in the wasteland.